Hello, my dear friends, my dear viewers. Welcome back to the channel, to the start. Well, theoretically, the start was yesterday because I recorded The Promised Neverland yesterday, as you've probably seen on that video, which is probably most likely already out. So, technically, today, Monday, is not exactly the beginning of the week per to say, but welcome once again to the channel for this week's chapter of the 7 Deadly Sins, which, I gotta be honest, I feared was not coming out, because usually the 7 Deadly Sins chapters released on Saturday or Sunday, sometimes even late Friday. But this week was not the case. I suspect it has something to do with that whole shenanigan of the scanners being caught. Maybe that's it, maybe it's not. We will not delve into that topic in here or ever. The topic we will deal in today is, before we start the chapter, remember last chapter that was that character. In fact, allow me to go back there for a while. There was that little character that appeared that was caught by, how was his... Yeah, that little thing called Orlondi. And I said that it reminded me of the Vampires of Edinburgh mini arc. I went off to reread that mini arc, and in fact, Orlondi was one of the royal vampires. He was defeated by Ban after ingesting a high quantity of Ban's blood, and after being blown by Ban, he was assumingly and seemingly reduced to this state. So that's cool to see that one of the vampire royalties from that mini arc actually survived to the current story, because even though that's part of the manga, it's part of the canonic story, so to say, the Vampires of Edinburgh mini arc was kind of presented in parts along the way. It was the first on-screen appearance of Escanor. By on-screen I mean on-page appearance of Escanor in the time way before the beginning of the story. I mean way before, not way before, but the story of the Vampires of Edinburgh is set before the events of the main story of the 7 Deadly Sins. So it's actually, they are quick chapters, like that's 3 chapters, 30 pages ish, each one of them. The story is quite quick, the battles are quite quick. Escanor's battle is amazing. I mean, amazing in a sense that he defeats the king of the vampires with his sheer presence. But I'm not gonna say much else. If you guys haven't read it before, please, I highly recommend it. But now, let us begin chapter 234 of the 7 Deadly Sins, The Door to the Unknown. The missing Athur was hidden within Camelot. With his new experience he's grown. The king of the new era reigns. And here is Athur in the cover page, sorry, with this talking cat strapped on to him. I'm still trying to figure out what's the deal with this cat, but I'm not even gonna question. The story will answer when the story answers. That's what I say. Okay, here we are. Who are you? Thanks to your loud voice, a new demon's shown up. After all, demons have quite acute hearing. I'm never gonna look at koalas the same way as before. Ugh. Thank you, Suzuki, for the highly disturbing view. Oh, there we go. Damn, son! The guy has learned the quick step. The quick step has been learned. Over here, follow. Oh, a secret entrance. Cool. So he's baiting him. Athur is baiting Orlondi, most certainly. Okay, so he has trouble following him around. He's completely disappeared. I can't even sense his presence after all. And that demon up there didn't notice his presence either. Ooh. That's interesting. Athur seems to have improved a lot, to the point that not even a demon can sense his presence, or a vampire royalty for that matter. Okay. Is Merlin doing well? Well, it's Merlin. I probably don't need to worry about her. Why do you know about her? You couldn't be... Oh, okay, so this is an underground safe house for the people of Camelot. Fantastic. Who the heck do you think I am? Is Merlin's familiar, right? Oh yeah, so they don't suddenly attack him. I am a royal vampire born from the mother of chaos, Lord Orlundi. Pretty big dog for an eyeball. Stop that, cat. Well, he's acting like a big shot. I don't want to hear that from a cat, and why is a cat able to talk in the first place? Ah, look who's talking, you're a freaking eyeball. A flying one at that. A job well done, King Arthur. Now how about some food? Oh, the eyeball and the cat. Okay, so this is a merry place. Okay, cool. They are pretty carefree. Do you know what's happening in the royal capital right now? The brainwashed humans are all prey for the demons. They're being sacrificed to break the goddess's seal. I know everyone's going through terrible times, sorry. They're forced to be away from their families and friends and losing them as well. That's why we need to stay positive all the more, otherwise we wouldn't be able to handle these feelings. That's not at all, it's because we have you here, Lord Arthur, that we're able to not lose hope. Okay. This little brat don't make me laugh. That cat, I love this cat. I have completed fully scouting out the area. Sir Nanashi. Oh, is this? Oh, yes, he is. The guy who was present at the festival, the foreign swordsman, if I recall correctly. Day by day, the seal grows weaker. Today alone, the presence of 55 different beings have crept out the hole. It's funny to see that he maintained. And today I just happened to take down twice as many. It's funny to see that he remained in the story. That's cool. That's a very cool thing. Well then, Arthur, you've grown a great deal over these past few months. It's all thanks to your teachings. Oh, that explains it. Great. Ooh, what the hell is that? Oh. What the? They're just... And that slug from... And the koala. Oh my goodness. Holy heck. It's about time to carry out our plan. You're not all planning on marching to Camelot en masse, are you? Stop it, you'll all be caught and killed at the very least. You'll just be throwing your lives away for nothing. I'm the only one going, and I'll take back Camelot on my own. Okay, that won't happen, but it would be cool to see him do some serious damage. Are you stupid? The castle is crawling with demons, and then there's Zeldoris of the Ten Commandments. He's the most powerful of all the demons, the Executioner. As long as we can reclaim that thing, we should be able to manage. Oh ho 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 ho. I know my Arthurian legends enough to know what he's talking about. And that image says it all. Athur is going after the Holy Sword Excalibur. I know my Arthurian legends enough. Holy heck. Ah, you wish, Zeldoris, you wish. It's not budging at all, a magic sword that won't bestow its power upon anyone except the one it has chosen. No, the power from this sword is completely opposite from that of demons. It's a holy sword after all, you dimwit. What did you say? This time 100 were killed, and you still have no idea who the hell has done it. You're all useless. Enough, leave me. Day after day, this god of death swoops in, killing our men, and we've still not even the slightest hint of who he is. I'll have to teach him myself the true depth of his folly. Oh, Zeldoris, my representative, my son. Ooh. Father, I swear I'll catch the one responsible for this embarrassment. Enough about that. More importantly, I've got some good news. Wait, what? I'm confused. The Demon King... Okay. Isn't my representative so... Why is he speaking in the Demon King? Why shouldn't he say, I am awaking? Like, then again, it is the Demon King. I guess he's entitled to some, how shall I say this? To some, I'm missing the word. To some, damn it, I can't think of the word. To some eccentricities. This is not the word I'm looking for, but never mind. It will come to me. Your awakening father. Okay, there we go. Your awakening father, but there's still time left before the seal is broken. Not me, but the... Oh, okay. Not me, but the one who should have originally taken up my mantle. You can't mean that, traitor. Ah, don't say that. He's thine own brother, and we shall welcome him as the new king of the demons. And so now I give you this order. Rescue Meliodas. Well, the greatest evil approaches in desire for the new king. The evil clutches of the 10 Commandments draws even closer. What the Demon King was truly after was to reclaim the greatest evil, Meliodas, and sit him upon the throne as king. To be continued in chapter 235, a new threat. I see why they chose to show Excalibur now. Athur will claim Excalibur, and with it, he will defeat Meliodas. I know, it seems a little bit preposterous to say. In fact, claiming that Meliodas will be defeated seems preposterous enough, but if we take into consideration that Meliodas reborns after he's killed, at least normally, maybe Athur won't necessarily kill him, but use a greater purge magic. We know that Zarathus's magic was purge. In fact, going back to the vampires of Edinburgh, Zarathus used purge to cure vampires of their vampirism, effectively killing them, turning them back into humans, and killing them. One of the Holy Knight that appears in the first chapter actually thanks him for doing so. maybe Excalibur has a higher degree of the magic purge, and then one strike or enough strikes from the Holy Blade may be enough to bring Meliodas to a sane state, to purge the demon out of Meliodas. But then it poses a problem. If the demon is taken out, what's left of Meliodas? What will Meliodas become after the demon is purged? If the demon is ever purged, we are, of course, in theory territory, a territory much too familiar with me and me with him. So, now that we've actually finished the chapter, let's delve into the dangerous lands of theorizing and hypothesizing. Now, Meliodas won't succumb to his demonic powers, or he might, but if he does, there must be a way to bring him back. Therefore, I think that's why they announced Excalibur right now, because with that, Athur will face Meliodas, and maybe Excalibur has a greater purge magic. Being a holy blade, I think it's pretty self-explanatory that the blade has some kind of purging ability. Not necessarily the magic purge, but we know that Elizabeth herself, he is able to purge without using the magic purge itself. So maybe the Holy Blade is like an objectification, a personification, so to say, of purging magic. It's an object that carries out magic properties. That's what I think, at least. So yes, I think that these two things happening in the same chapter, the revelation of Excalibur existing in the world of the seven deadly sins. In fact, it was something that I was always surprised never came to topic. Now we know. So maybe the revelation of Excalibur in this chapter, and the revelation that the Demon King, the personification of the Demon King, is going to be Meliodas, those things will have a relation for sure. And also another thing that I found pretty interesting, the Demon King being a mantle as not a, like, it's not so surprising now that I said it out loud, because even the title of king is just a title, like, or queen or whatever, it's just a title, so the Demon King can be both. But this reborning, this what's the word they used? I already forgot. The awakening of the Demon King makes it sound more like a mystic entity, rather than just one demon. So let us say, if any human can be a king, not every demon can be a Demon King. Like, even in humans, not all humans can be kings, but being a title, they can become it. Let's put it in another way. All humans, every human can become president. It's possible. But not all demons can become the Demon King. The Demon King is an entity, and from the previous Demon King's successors, he chooses the most qualified one, I guess. And so I think that Meliodas was chosen, A, because I think Meliodas is the firstborn son of the Demon King, and therefore I think it has chosen him because he's the most powerful of the Ten Commandments. He was the leader of the Ten Commandments once, and is still the most powerful out of all of them. So Zeldoris will come to the boar's hat. Now that will be funny to see. unless maybe Athur can get to, or maybe no. Zeldoris will go to the boar's hat. He'll get distracted. Athur will go in and get Excalibur. While Zeldoris is out and distracted, Athur will reclaim Camelot to himself. Zeldoris will be barred at the Boar's At. He'll not be able to fulfill his purpose, or he might fulfill his purpose. Now that I think about it, it would be pretty cool for him to fulfill his purpose, actually, to rescue Meliodas. And when he brings him to Camelot, he will be welcomed with open arms and a sword. Just greetings from Camelot. But anyway, this is enough theory for one episode. I'm surprised with myself. So many theories. Jesus. I love it. But, my dear friends, my dear viewers, this is it for this episode of the 7 Deadly Sins 234. That's the real number. Door to the Unknown. Next week we will have 235, as I said, a new thread. So we will see how that goes. And Meliodas' face is already looking pretty grim. So we'll see how that goes on the next chapter. I say my goodbyes to you, my dear friends, and I'll see you another day. Bye bye.